Very good afternoon, viewers. This is Professor Abhijit Chaturaj, and I'm currently the Professor and Chairperson of Program of Insurance Business Management at Birla Institute of Management Technology. It's a very unique curriculum that is being offered by BIMTECH. There are only few institutions in India, precisely 2 or 3, that offers a specific program in insurance and risk management. And at the postgraduate level, BIMTECH being the only institution in India which is offering a 2-year course in insurance and risk management. Way back in 2000 and precisely the late 1990s, when the wind of liberalization was blowing and many sectors were opening up, the one sector that opened up was insurance. And in 2000 came the regulator called IRD. The insurance industry was opened and many private players joined. And all of a sudden, the industry, which was slightly let back till then, only public sector companies were there, one Life Insurance Corporation of India, and 4 non-life companies, and one GIC who was there. GIC is, in its current avatar, is known as GIC Re, but at that point of time it was a holding company. So there were 5 companies in the non-life, 1 in the life. There was Agriculture Corporation of India came much later. So only 5 companies were there, and the 5 companies were doing business. But today the scenario has completely changed. We have 70 companies today, 24 in life, general insurance business has 27 companies. There are 7 standalone health insurance companies. Standalone health insurance company means companies that does only health insurance business, and 12 reinsurance company. And GIC Re, as I mentioned before, is the government company, government reinsurance company. Not many people, when I joined the industry in way back 1986, not many people really knew about insurance. Insurance was a very small component in commerce. I was a commerce graduate from St. Xavier's College, Ranchi. And it was a very, very small component. And after that, I went on to do my MBA, my fellow from Insurance Institute of India. Then I became a chartered insurer from UK. Did my PhD in insurance from University of Pune. Then the realization slowly came. It's one of the most difficult course, possibly the most difficult course. It's highly technical and also very, very professional. I did my MBA, but when I look at the courses that I did from UK Chartered Insurance Institute of India, those courses were indeed very, very difficult. Many of you may realize that why a sectoral course in insurance? Is there any great possibility of getting employment? As I said, there are 70 players, 70 companies. I'm not taking into account the 650 odds broking firms, and broking companies are big companies. There are close to 30 TPAs, third-party administrators, who are engaged in providing healthcare services. They are the intermediaries. There are plenty of startup companies. The whole ecosystem of insurance is extremely exciting, and it looks forward to engage more and more people who are highly qualified, both technically and professionally. We call it a PGDM course in insurance business management. It's a postgraduate course, and our course is highly recognized. It has got accreditation from AICTE, then NABH, and then also universities, Indian universities of AIU called, it has got accreditation from there also. So any student who passed out this course, PGDM IBM course, the course is equivalent to MBA. and he can also pursue therefore PhD course if he really wants to do it in days to come. In the 2-year course is really very exciting. As I said, it's a management course, so the component of management is there. It's an insurance business management course. So what we teach marketing, core marketing, strategic marketing. Then we teach strategic management. These are all management components. Then we also teach on leadership. We have leadership lab. All these students have to compulsorily go through those leadership lab courses. Then we come to insurance. And in insurance, we teach you general insurance, and general insurance means property and casualty insurance. Many of you who are not doing this course at this moment may not understand these terminology. Property, we cover all fire losses. Liability, a very exciting area. That's part of non-life insurance segment. Health insurance is now a separate line altogether. If you look at the whole insurance business, has life insurance as one line, then general insurance as one line, and health has come as one line. Although reinsurance is not seriously taken as a line, but if you look at it, it itself is a different line. And that's precisely the reason today 12 reinsurance companies, you name any reinsurance company, biggest reinsurance company of the world, and they have all their offices in India. This scenario is extremely rosy. We remember 2000, as I said, the wind of liberalization was blowing, and our dynamic director, Dr. Harivansh Chaturvedi, the pragmatic and that he is, he could understand that there is great possibility of providing a course that will cater to the interest of many aspiring youngsters who are looking a career in insurance and risk management. That's how the course came in 2000, in the year 2000. The first and founder chairman of the regulator called IRDA, as I said, it is called IRDA now. Mr. N. Ramachari inaugurated the course. Initially it was a 1-year course, and then it went on to become a full-fledged 2 years course. Every year 60 students pass out from this course and they get very lucrative jobs. We have a tremendous placement track record. It's always 100%, and possibly we are the first to get our student placed. And they are placed in all leading insurance companies, both in the life and non-life. You name any, right from Bajaj General and Life, State Bank General and Life, ICICI Prudential, Sud Life, Marsh is a very famous broker, Swiss Re is a global reinsurance player, then Bharti AXA, HDFC Argo, then in the IT sector, you name Infosys. Yesterday only, we learned that about 20 students were picked up from our campus for Infosys. So almost all the leading IT companies which have insurance domain, and most insurance IT companies have an insurance domain, they pick up the students, they recruit students from our organization. The course is different, and therefore calls for the professionals, faculty members have to be necessarily professionals. Unless you are a professional, you possibly cannot teach. And that's the reason most of our core faculty members were initially professional. As I said, I joined the industry, a public sector company in '86, continued there for about 20-25 years, and then started teaching. Then I got my PhD and other qualifications. We have other faculty members who have spent quality time in the industry, and then they took up interest in academics, and that gives a cutting edge to the program. It's professional. The entire course has been taught by professionals who are thoroughly knowing everything, all the nuances, finer nuances of insurance business, both in life and non-life and reinsurance. They know it. Over and above each course, there are about 36. each course, 20% of the course is necessarily taught by working professionals, and that's the beauty of this course. The working professionals come, and whatever new things that are happening, they teach our students. Besides that, if I look at, we are truly a global, we truly offer a global program. We have strategic tie-up with Swiss Re. As I said, Swiss Re is one of the most famous reinsurance company of the world. Then we have strategic tie-up with Reams USA. Then we have strategic tie-up with Chartered Insurance Institute, and with the help of them, we do give them a dual certificate. The certificate is such that if our students do all the courses, the 36 courses that we offer, they pass out, they just have to pass one paper of Chartered Insurance Institute, which we also train and teach here. And if they pass it, they get the diploma of Chartered Insurance Institute, which is one of the most coveted the diploma one student or any professional looks forward. And these are very costly certification courses and diploma courses. If our student do it, we give they get a lot of fees cut because of the tie-up that we have with the Chartered Insurance Institute. In days to come, we are still looking forward to tie up with many other global organizations, and talks are on the anvil, and we are in the process of getting new tie-ups in days to come. As I said, one of our mission statements said that we are a global institutions. We look for global thought leaders, and plenty of global thought leaders come and share their wisdom with their students. So looking at the industry science, if I look at the industry science in terms of penetration, the penetration in India even today is very, very low. It's only 3.76% of the GDP, which is low, very low. And if I look at the life insurance business, it's close to 2.82%, and non-life still is 0.94%. In terms of penetration, India is very, very low, and therefore the opportunities are huge. We have a population of 1.30 billion, and in days to come, we may overtake China in terms of population. But if I look at the business that China does, we are still far, far behind. Both China and India are part of emerging Asia Pacific. And when you look at China, we find that India has still to do a lot of things to catch up with the kind of business China does. If I look at the kind of business we did last year, that's 2019, our life business was 79,671 million US dollar, and non-life was 26,637 million US dollar. Impressive. If I look at days when I joined in 86, or even before liberalization, late 99 or early 2000, this kind of business was something we never thought of. But over the years, the business volume went on to increase. If I look at the density is population and premium. We take together premium divided by total premium divided by total population, and that gives us the density. The density in India has been increasing, but not the way it should have. It's still 78 US dollar, and that is something worries India, and that's the reason India offers very exciting. India has can offer very exciting possibilities. Why exciting? The penetration needs to increase up, and it will increase up post-COVID. Plenty of people have shown interest in health insurance. Other businesses have gone down because the overall economy was hit. But if I look at the health insurance business, not only in India, in the neighboring country, in many other countries, particularly in India, the health insurance business has really, really gone up. There has been a shift in health behavior, and people now are looking at, because the hospital expenses, hospital costs are very, very high. If you have to spend 15 days in a Delhi hospital or in a Bombay hospital, you have to spend around 4 lakh rupees, and that's very, very huge. Not many people can spend that kind of money from pocket. And the realization has come to many people, most people, and that's a good sign, that health is an important priority to many Indians. Like, people are looking at health in a very different way. The health behavior has changed, and people are not only looking at the so-called English medicine, they are looking at traditional medicines. People are also looking at different institutional settings. It's not only hospitals where they will go and take healthcare services. They are now looking at home cares and other kind of institutional settings. In days to come, things will change, and change in such a rapid speed that not many people will be able to catch up. And that's the kind of scenario in health insurance. India is likely to become one of the biggest. We have slightly dropped. We are fifth or sixth largest economy in the world. It's a tie-up between India and England. India has slightly gone down over a period of time, but India will soon pick up. And if we can post a growth around 8%, which is most likely in days to come, India will be a very, very vibrant economy. And believe me, when the industry grows, it has to take a cushioning from insurance. You cannot do anything without the cushioning from insurance. Anybody, if you take loans from the bank to start a startup, you have to look for cushioning from insurance. Anything that you do, if you are, say for example, vaccines are coming. If vaccines are given to anybody and the effect goes wrong, the person can file a case against the vaccine company, and that's called liability. These liabilities can run into millions of dollars. No vaccine company, for that matter, no medicine company. That's the reason there are a lot of activities, economic activities, and people are looking for insurance coverages. As I said, insurance is very, very difficult to handle. It's a very complex subject, and therefore requires professionals who are highly qualified and equipped with knowledge specific to the insurance industry. Then only possibly they can handle the business very well. It's not like FMCG business or any other business. If insurance is handled by professionals who are not equipped with insurance knowledge, in that case, what will happen? It will send wrong messages, and the insurance business will suffer. We have witnessed that kind of situation. Only young, aspiring youngsters who want to make a career in insurance, and I said it's a very exciting career. One can grow very fast from IT to any other area you look at. Insurance professionals are required, and most of these companies come to the campus to recruit the students. I'll be very happy to take some of your questions. If you have any specific questions that you want to know, I'll be more than happy to answer them. One question is, how dual degree with Chartered Insurance Institute will help me in career? Chartered Insurance Institute is one of the most well-known institute which provides diploma and advanced diploma. And across all the countries where if you take a look at the Commonwealth market, in entire Commonwealth market, that's Australia, New Zealand to Indian subcontinent, India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Dubai, or you go to any, even in Africa, those which were part of British Commonwealth, the same rules and same thing goes. And believe me, I was in Tanzania, and most youngsters look to become a chartered insurer. In India, there are hardly 20 to 25 chartered insurers. As far as I understand, I am one among them. Now, once you get a diploma, as I said, it's a diploma, you have to just pass one paper, which we also guide you, and you have to pay a very little amount One course will cost you, if you want to give outside, from outside it will not cost you less than 50 to 60,000 rupees for writing one paper. Here, just because you have done the entire course, you get certain exemptions which normally nowhere in India they give it. Only they are given this facility to BIMTECH. And then you pass one paper, you straight away get the diploma in charter insurance from Charter Insurance UK. Now this diploma is highly respected by most insurance companies, not only in India. If you want to go to Gulf countries, if you want to go to Australia, New Zealand, or any African country, or neighboring Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, insurance, if you have that kind of certificate, your chance of getting a good job is extremely high. And people look at it with a lot of respect. That's the beauty of this diploma. Then there is another question from Saurabh. Can you please let us know the prominent alumni who are at the moment, who are at the prominent position in their corporate career? There are plenty. There are plenty. I will not like to name anybody as such, but you go to industry and you will find from CXO level down the level in the middle management. You go to ICICI Lombard, India's biggest non-life insurance company, and at the vice president level, you will get not less than 5 to 10 BIMTECH students. So you go to any of these industries, both in India and neighboring countries, and you will see plenty of BIMTECH students, because as I said, we started in 2020. In the beginning it was a 1-year course, and over the period of time it became 2 years course. Even one gentleman who passed 1-year course, he is a leading luminary today in Indian insurance industry. He is a pass out from BIMTECH. So when I go to any industry and then I find somebody introducing himself as a BIMTECH student, and he's holding up the senior positions. So you need to look up our website very frequently. We have a very strong industry academia. If you look at our program website, and if you visit the Industry Academia Advisory Council, you will find most of the people who are associated with us, they were very famous people from the industry and academics, even from consultancy. So many people are associated with us. If you look at the kind of webinars we do, the kind of colloquium we do, almost all the leading CEOs of India have participated in our colloquiums. It started in 2017 in Mumbai. This year also, plenty of senior industry leaders, CEOs participated in that colloquium. The CEO of Bajaj, the CEO of Reliance General, and top of it, the member non-life, she gave us the keynote address. So people from the regulated side also joined it. Then one CEO from Sri Lanka joined. So last year one CEO from Bangladesh joined. This year also CEO of Grim Delta Insurance Company from Bangladesh, she was one of the speakers. So BIMTECH is not only known in India, it's known everywhere in the neighboring country. When we do MDP, Management Development Program, we get professionals from Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, all these countries. So we are pretty well known. Then Manish please elaborate about light projects that insurance students go through. We have plenty of light projects. Light projects we do with SEVA. As you know, SEVA is one of the most famous and well-known NGOs in India. They give light projects, and we send our students in rural areas to assess the insurance requirement. Then professors from our department, I myself handled a very big UNDP project in Bangladesh, and we expose our students to such projects. I did a project for the regulator in 2018. These are projects where we involve the students also. Besides that, a lot of industry, people, our summer internship, we send students to industry, and there the industry, the heavyweights, industry people who they come to connect with. They give them live projects, and that's how the engagement with the live projects have been increasing over the period of time. One is that we send them to the insurance company or a leading broking firm. They give you the live projects, and that's how you handle live projects. That's one way. The other is that when industry people come to us, to senior professors, to do our live project, as I said, the UNDP project or the IIDA project, there also we involve our students so that they come to know. So the live projects are plenty, and if really a student wants to take up those projects, that's very and that's the reasons last year we have been emphasizing more on business analytics, and we started a course on InsurTech. We also have a course in actuarial science. So if you look at the insurance, the gamut of the insurance business management program, it is extremely high. So there are great opportunities. Seva is one organization which has been coming for the last, I believe, 8-9 years. And every year, 10 to 15 students go to various rural areas in Gujarat, UP, and various other states, and work with them and come out with the live projects. The prospect of live project is extremely high. There is a question from Steven. Other than insurance broker companies, what companies recruit? Broker companies are not our main recruiters. Main recruiters are primary insurance companies. As I said, Bajaj Life and General Insurance, SBI Life and General Insurance, ICICI Prudentials, Care Health Insurance, which was Religare Health Insurance, Max Bupa, then you name any company, then Bharti AXA, HDFC Argo, Sud Life Insurance, I don't know that I mentioned about ICICI Pru. So almost all the leading companies come. And also the IT companies. As I said, yesterday only 20 students were picked up from various departments, including insurance, by Infosys. So the IT companies who have insurance domain, they also come. So our emphasis is on primary insurance company. Primary insurance companies meaning those companies who are doing insurance business only. Then Swiss Re is there, Marsh is there. Swiss Re took 2 students from us. Munich Re, 2 of the students are doing live project with Munich Re. So, leading broking companies, only leading broking companies, we allow them to recruit students from us. But necessarily it is primary insurance companies that we look at. Then a question is from Arun. Does having experience in mutual fund stocks help me if I join insurance? Experience in mutual fund and stock will help you understand the insurance business in a better manner. If you are in mutual fund marketing and then you want to take up a job in marketing in insurance, any recruiter, if he knows that you have been selling mutual fund, then he will be, because in insurance, the selling profile is very high, what we call the marketing profile is very high. Most companies look at young students who can take up a marketing job. So if you have a mutual fund stock exchange experience, that helps. But I would not say very considerably, but to a certain extent, it does help. There is a question from Ankit. Does I get a specialization in health, property, life, motor? We have specialization in health and risk management, and also in insurance law. Insurance law, basically we teach to those who take up this course to do the chartered insurance diploma. So it keeps on changing. At the moment in risk and health, advanced health and advanced 2 specialization areas are there, but in future these specializations keep on changing, and these specializations keep on changing, and And from time to time, we look forward that which areas, which new areas, new specialized areas should be there. But as far as property, like we teach fire insurance, it's a 3-module course. Then we teach engineering insurance, we teach reinsurance, we teach motor insurance. So all the leading papers, areas of non-life insurance, we call liability insurance, everything we teach. So it's a 2 years very comprehensive course. This question comes, what is the scope of insurance program post-COVID? Post-COVID, the realization, as I said, the health behavior has undergone massive changes. Small to what we call SMEs, and small to medium-sized business professional to manufacturing units, big manufacturing, everywhere, whoever there. For 9 years, most of the, not 9 years, for 9-10 months, most of the industries remained closed. Since March, most of the industries have remained closed, and if they have opened up, they have opened up partially. Then, so there is a huge loss on account of business interruptions. When in the past we try to tell people, look, you should have business interruption with insurance coverage, not many people will buy it. In India, people are otherwise also very fatalist. They believe, वही होता है जो मंजूर खुदा होता है. They never, a COVID-like scenario never happened in India in the past. And that's the reason nobody had that realization. Any health insurance, every second day, people are going to the COVID hospitals or home quarantine. And as I said, 15 days hospitalization, I myself was a COVID patient and I paid around 4 lakh rupees. Thanks to insurance, I had a huge coverage of insurance. Thanks to insurance, I could pay 4 lakh rupees very easily. Those who do not have, paying 4 lakh rupees is very, very taxing. And the realization has come that many people are looking at it. And this is the time when we require young professionals, those who are remotely connected with insurance. And this is time for the insurance companies also, the brokers, the intermediaries, to tell people, look, if you have this kind of problem, you are not able to run your business, there is interruption in business. For everything there is an insurance coverage. So the realizations are there, particularly in health insurance. But in the other insurance also, slowly the realization is there that if there is business interruption, insurance possibly can come as a sucker, come and rescue the business to a considerable extent. What is the career in risk management? Risk management is a growing area. What we call entrepreneurship risk management. Most entrepreneurs have realized that the risk is very pervading. It is all everywhere. And some of the risks which we never realized in the past, now we realize them very. As I said, business continuity today is being tested. In England, again the lockdown has come. Nobody knows in India there will be another lockdown or not, but there is a possibility. How to deal with those lockdowns, how to deal with those losses. So risk management is that how do you analyze and identify your risk. And you have to be pragmatic. You have to look in terms of 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. How the risk, look at some of the risks that are changing the life of India and people of all over the world, is climate. Look at climate alone, pollution alone in Delhi causes a lot of lungs related problems. And everybody who is living in Delhi is living in a graveyard because you don't know when his lungs will not start functioning. Now these are the risks that the climate is throwing up. And there will be many risks if you don't understand the risk that climate is throwing up. There is a lot of glaciers are melting. There is flood, there is famine, all these, there is drought. Animals, just the other day I was reading the animal flu Again, it's a big issue. Bugs are dying. But in any organization, if you look at an enterprise and the risk that an enterprise can has to foresee what the different type of risk that it will create, and then to identify them and to analyze them and to cope up with them. That is what risk management is this. And risk management not only in insurance, in every sphere of business is required. So in insurance, of course, when I talk about insurance risk management, I have to understand the business of other businesses also. If I am providing, say, insurance for satellite, if I am providing insurance for cattle, if I am providing insurance for a big manufacturing unit, I have to understand the entire risk associated with those things. If I don't understand the risk, I will not be able to offer a good insurance program. So policies, that's the reason insurance and risk management go together. And risk we have a wonderful career ahead. That's the reason we have tied up with RIMSU. We will be tying up with many other institute which deals with risk management in days to come, so that our insurance program can become more and more comprehensive. It can handle challenges not only from the insurance related businesses but other businesses as well. So risk management will go along with insurance, and we still do not have many good risk managers in India. Some of them are there, and but risk managers and professionals in good numbers, that is what we are looking at, and in days to come we definitely have many more from institutes like BIMTECH. Is insurance a good career path? Exceedingly well. In '86, when I joined insurance, I never knew about insurance. Then in those days, bank jobs were considered very lucrative. And I'm happy that I joined insurance. And insurance has given me everything. But even with all those qualifications that I have, the experience I have, I still believe that I only know 20% of insurance, 80% is not known. It is so comprehensive, so complex that it is not possible for any individual to know. So if you want to learn, suppose I have to provide a policy for satellite or probably for aviation, aeroplanes. Do you know the kind of things I need to know? The kind of risk that is embedded with the aviation industry? Do you think a layperson like me will be knowing it? If I have to go and give an insurance coverage for the aviation industry, I have to know the aviation industry very well, the nitties and gritties very well. And that is what it makes it very, very exciting. So motor insurance, when I assess the motor losses, it's very exciting, absolutely. Or a big fire loss, when you go and assess it, it's very, very exciting. So if you are looking for excitement in life, and which are not there in plenty, insurance is one industry which can give you excitement. And the more excitement that you want to enjoy, insurance is going to be more and more exciting in days to come, because there is so many things that you can really unravel in course in the progression, in your career progression. And I find it very, very exciting, as I maintain very bluntly that I know only 20% of insurance, 80% insurance I have to still know. And I do not know many people also in India who know more than 30 or 20% of insurance. It's very, very difficult to claim such kind of things. But 20% of insurance I know, and it's very, very exciting. Hope I learn more and more about insurance. And as I said, it is difficult, but definitely not beyond the reach. So as a prospect, many of my students, I used to teach at National Insurance Academy, Pune also. They are in their late 30s, or some of them in early 40s. Many of them I find in the middle management from BIMTECH also, I find many alumni in some of them in the senior management cadre, many in the middle management cadre. Many, I said many, it means many. Many in the middle management cadre. So the prospect is very, very high. What is the highest paid insurance job? Naturally, the CEOs, CXOs, CROs, these are all highest paid jobs. But if you can become a good agent, you're not working for, or you can become a good broker, a good broking firm, the kind of earnings they have. I cannot tell you. If you are a really good broking firm, and a broking firm like Marsh in India, or any in India, the kind of salary they pay to their employees is very, very high. So you can also check up, you can go to the annual report of most of the insurance companies, and in the annual report of insurance companies, private insurance companies, public sector insurance companies don't pay that high, the privileges are high. But if you look at the annual report, and if you want to see the kind of salary the CEOs of private insurance company enjoy, you can make out yourself what kind of salary the insurance executives are today enjoying. It's extremely high, all that I can say. Which is the best insurance company to work for? It depends on your liking. Your liking is in non-life, or life, or reinsurance, or health. No place is best or worst. It is you who make it best or worst. I started my career with non-life insurance company. Health was not a big portfolio in those days. It was always motor. Today, motor and health almost neck and neck. Neck and neck. Motor is still has an edge over health insurance business. I work in health insurance domain. I have chosen that, and I enjoy it. But I still believe so many things to really know in health insurance and health care. Possibly, the more I dig myself deeper, and the more complex I develop, and I find, there are so many things to know, and I actually don't know many things. So when you like a particular area, and then you develop liking, it's like music. You hear a song of a particular singer, 1, 2, 3 songs, and then you dig deeper, and then the whole bouquet of songs that come to you, and then so that's how you become a Manna Dey or a Mehndi Hassan or a Ghulam Ali kind of follower, isn't it? A Kishore Kumar follower. Because you dig deep, and then you come to realize, okay, Lata Mangeshkar fan or Asha Bhosle fan in music. That is what. The repertoire is very, very large there. And how well you develop yourself in those areas depends, and that is how you run. So I will not say any job bad or any job good. It's up to your liking which job you take up. And when you do the course, or where early life you go to work, and there possibly you can develop your liking. Even after 10 years working there, you all of a sudden develop liking for a particular domain, and then you go on to shine. Question is, are risk managers in demand? Yes, they are in demand. Gradually the demand for risk managers are growing in India, most in industry, not only insurance industry, most industries in India and world over. They believe that if they don't plan very well on the risk front, they will not survive. And they will go the way the dinosaurs. The dinosaurs are extinct. They are not there because so if a company today, if an organization today does not work on the risk front, it will become dinosaur. It will go out of the business. So risk planning is required, and therefore risk professionals are required. The realization is late, but definitely on, and more companies, more and more entrepreneurs, more and more companies are looking for risk managers in days to come. And when I talk about risk management, it's not limited to insurance or banking. It's the whole gamut of risk. And therefore, entrepreneurship risk management, which we are going to introduce this year, when you read entrepreneurship risk management, then you develop a taste about the whole enterprise. The whole enterprise you will know. It's not insurance banking, the whole enterprise. The risk is so embedded. So when you dig again, you will find there is risk in every corner. And how to deal with that risk, possibly a good course of enterprise risk management will help you. That's something which we are going to introduce. What is the job profiles offered to an engineering graduate? Engineering graduates can look up for a fascinating career in insurance. Insurance is all about assessing, identifying the risk first and then assessing the risk. So when I offer an insurance, say a particular manufacturing unit comes and say, give us insurance cover. Then we send our engineers to assess, identify the risk and assess the risk. And the engineers can do that very well. So a computer engineer or electrical engineer or an electronic engineer or a mechanical engineer, they are skilled in a particular area. Their reasoning is better than normal students also. So there was in public sector, I remember there was a batch in 77. It was engineers batch in 1977. So most of my seniors and bosses were engineers. And all of them went on to become very senior general managers or CEOs of companies. Even in 1977, the realization was that the insurance industry will be driven by, particularly non-life insurance company will be driven by engineers. The realization is still there, and in our curriculum also, in our course, plenty of engineers apply for it. So engineers with the work experience, 1 or 2 years work experience, and with this diploma of insurance and business management, which is equivalent to a degree, MBA degree, one can land up in a better job with a better pay package also. Who are all on academic advisory board? If you look at the academy's advisory board, they are all senior people. I can name some of them. Mr. B.D. Banerjee, he was chairman of Oriental Insurance Company, currently director with, I believe, Royal Sundaram General Insurance Company. Mr. Arun Agrawal, he was the founder, chairman and managing director of MS Chola. And he is a very well-known thought leader. He is also independent director with the Kotak General Insurance Company. Mr. K.K. Mishra, an engineer of great repute, and he headed Tata AIG General Insurance Company. And then Mr. Om Chatterjee, and he is a very well-known strategist working with Asian Development Bank. We have Malti Jaswal, senior consultant with World Bank. She is now actively engaged with the Ayushman Bharat project. We have Dr. Nishant Jain, a very well-known name in health strategy and all health policies, even in Ayushman Bharat to RSBI, you name any. Dr. Nishant Jain was associated with. We have Mr. Kamanji Sahai, who retired. He was the executive director with the Life Insurance Corporation of India and went on to become managing director and chairman of managing director and chairman of Sud Life Insurance Company. We have Mr. Sanjay Datta, a very well-known name in underwriting and claims management. He comes from ICICI Lombard. And we have Mr. Vijay Srinivasan, who last year retired from United India, and he was director, and he was looking up, working as additionally a CMD. He had the joint charge of additional CMD of the company, a very well known, profession. So all our advisory committee members are well known. Some of the other names are Mr. Bigyan Verma, Professor Bigyan Verma, Professor Atul Bala, Dr. Rakesh Agrawala. They are all very well-known names in insurance industry, and they help a lot to us to strengthen our insurance program. Any insurance journals or magazine we should read? We have plenty of insurance channels, not really plenty. One is Insurance Times, which recently completed 40 years. Then there is Asia Insurance Review. These two we make available to our students. Whoever joins the program, they get to know it. Then there is the IDA Journal. And we are member of FAIR. That's another thing. We are member of FAIR, Federation of Application Insurance and Insurance. So our students can get a lot of inputs from this organization. We are member of APRIA. APRIA is Asia Pacific Risk and Insurance Association based in Singapore. Almost all the leading academicians of the world, particularly in the Afro-Asian region and also in the US and Australia, they are members of APRIA. So this association, this tie-up allows the students to understand what is happening globally. So we are not restricted to the Indian market only, the global market we are targeting also. And if a student wants to go to the companies outside India, they can easily go and work there. So we have tie up with Loma also, in life insurance area. That qualification also counts a lot. Any prior exposure? Not really. No prior exposure is required. You have to be a graduate, a good graduate. With gumption means common sense. If you are weighted with common sense and reasonably good background, 60% is every company looks at, and that's the reason if you're 60% all through, it helps you. In matter, if one aberration is there, suppose your intermediate or class 10 results you did not have 60%, then also one can, but there is slight problem, but as I said, it's not great problem, but if you can recoup if your later stage results are good. So that's how one can take up this course. Sarans, what is the basic job needed to be done in this sector if you get placed through IBM course? Normally people join as management training. For 1 year they work as management training and then they are given the next level promotion. In IT, the IT companies normally look at your, provide you the business analytics job. And that's how the industry provides you. It's all managerial job in the first layer. Engineers, if you are an engineer and work experience, you get a better salary, 1 lakh or 2 lakh more than the others. That's the advantage. Sometimes you may not join as management training straight away with the what do we call it, scale 1 job. Straight away you will start with scale 1 job. And this nomenclature varies from companies to companies. Even within IT companies, the nomenclature changes. Some call it consultant and by some other nomenclature. So the nomenclature is not that material. What is that? It depends what kind of, if you are an engineer with WorkX, or even if you are not an engineer with WorkX, it helps you to get better job and also the better package. Our average package is close to 8 lakh, and even despite the COVID, we are close to that level, and most of our students have been placed already. So not many people know in India that insurance provides that kind of exciting job prospect. And you ask any student who have passed out from BIMTECH, and they will tell you, we don't have to brag that we provide this, or you can go to any industry, any company, and find out what kind of salary they provide to young students that they take from BIMTECH. But the average is close to that. Priyan's do insurance and to get opportunities. Yes, we do. Last year, 3 of our students went to Poland and Australia. Unfortunately, they were caught in COVID with great difficulty. They could come back. So 3 of our students, 3 girls and 1 boy, went to. So they take up the course there, and we have a what do we call a credit sharing arrangement. So if they miss a particular trimester here, and they do the trimester there, and so the credit sharing is such that they don't they don't lose anything. So the international programs are there, and any student who wants to go to countries, and I'm looking out for creating opportunities in Singapore market, in Dubai market, also in Malaysia also. But at the moment, last year, as I said, the students went to Poland and Austria and some other countries. 4 of our students out of 60 went to foreign countries for their courses from insurance program. Tanis, I have worked with LIC in Gulf. Will it be helpful for me? Okay, yes, Tanis, yes. If you worked in the Gulf, and I don't know which company you work, many of my friends are CEOs there. In Gulf, if you have worked with, as a sales agent, if you do this course, after 2 years, you will be a hot property. Anybody will like to take you in the sales profile because you have already work experience. And anybody working in sales profile in Gulf country, and if then you do a course for 2 years here, that's an exciting proposition. Let me ask you, minimum eligibility for applying for insurance program. We look at CAT, ZAG, ZMAT 60%, CMAT and MAT 70%. And at graduation level, you should have minimum 50% mark. These are the requirements. So, thank you so much. I wish I've been able to clarify most of the issues, most of your queries, and the kind of prospect insurance business management program provides. Wish you join this program in big number, and what I can ensure is that a very exciting career. And thank you so much for being with me for almost 2 hours. Thank you so much. Wish you all the best.